journey. Welcome to Walking the Path. I'm glad to be here. I hope you're glad to be here. Hi, neighbor. Is it a copyright infringement if I sing the Dr. or the Mr. Rogers song? It's a beautiful day at Rythmia, a beautiful day at Rythmia. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? So hi, how you doing? It is a beautiful day at Rythmia. Holy moly. First of all, I have to say that I say happy day, happy life, happy journey in the beginning of these. And it comes from my dear friend and agape practitioner, Marianne Lewis. So I wanted to give a shout out to Marianne and tell her I love her and thank her. That every time I say that, I think of her. But it's such a great way to say hello, happy day, happy life, happy journey, no matter what's happening. And so here at Rythmia this week, we have David Alt. What a great man, a beautiful soul. And he is been here quite a bit. We love him here. He's an amazing, he's a reverend and had his own church for a while. And now he's really devoted himself to these organizations. He has a foundation called the Kaleidoscope Foundation for Children. And he helps with education and children's rights all around the world. And he's here teaching and he's drinking medicine and it's just beautiful. And everybody is in their process. And it happens every week here that people see some aspect of themselves, see something that when we say, who did I become? Show me who I've become. It's that something happened in childhood. It could be benign or it could be traumatic. It could be I didn't get to play Monopoly with my brothers or I was abused. Anything on that spectrum, something happens and we say who I was at that moment wasn't enough and we split from ourselves. And we think we need to be something else in order to get our needs met. In fact, who we've become typically are the coping mechanisms that we use in order to not feel the way we felt when we split. So I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like I wasn't loved. I felt like I was neglected. I felt lonely. I felt sad. And then we become something in order to not feel that. Some of us become overachievers. Some of us become needy. Some of us become the perfect one. Some of us become the hero or the one who does everything right or the one who's responsible. Or, the good news is, you don't have to stop being who you've become because more than likely who you've become is something really amazing, but it's being underwritten by this need, like I need to be this way in order to not feel something. And so it's being underwritten by that. And so we see who we've become and then I can still be me. Like I can still be the jovial, self-expressed person, but now I'm just expressing myself. Now it's not, I need to be this in order to get my needs met, in order to get you to like me, in order to get your approval, right? So that's seeing who we've become. And then from that place, once we see that lie that we've been telling ourselves, my story was I didn't belong. That's a lie. That's a lie. My name's John Jacob. Whenever I go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob, Jingleheimer Schmidt. So it doesn't mean we have to stop being ourselves, but we come back to a place of being whole, of recognizing our wholeness. And then from a place of wholeness, I know what's right for me. I know what resonates with me. And then I can heal my heart and forgive the unforgivable. And when I show up now, when you show up now as a whole, complete person, not a projected self of who we think we need to be, then when you show up, love shows up. When you show up, peace shows up. When you show up, compassion shows up. When you show up, joy shows up. When you show up, abundance shows up. When you show up, vitality shows up, right? That's being the beneficial presence. That's what this is all about. Okay, let's say hi to everybody. We got Karen, hello from California. Yvonne, hi, this little light of mine. Colette, hello. Michael, Stewart, Nikki. Hey, everybody, Cynthia. Wonderful, wonderful. I can't wait to see you either, Cynthia. Okay, today's topic, Compulsive Behaviors Revealed. We were in this docu-series you might have seen or heard about. Hey, John from Utah, Linda, hello, and Sarah, hello. I love it when you guys say hello. Keep saying hello. Let me know where you're calling from. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's something on your heart. So today's topic, Compulsive Behaviors Revealed. We were in a docu-series called Psychedelics Revealed. So I kind of stole the title. But really, I was teaching an integration class yesterday, and somebody asked me, like, how do we stop doing these things, right? There were these old patterns, these old behaviors. How do I stop being that, right? And the short answer is by accepting those behaviors. And let me flesh that out a little bit. Carl Jung, writing to a group of clergy in Switzerland. Hey, Leslie from Washington State. Rick, sup? Love you too, brother. From Manchester. Hello, Rick from Manchester. That's not the Manchester accent, but I'll learn it. And then the next time. I totally lost my train of thought. Carl Jung, when writing to a group of clergy in Switzerland, he said that, if we truly want to improve, and if we truly want our patients, our clients to improve, the only way for real improvement in our lives is acceptance. That acceptance is the only thing that liberates. That condemnation and judgment never liberate. And so we now turn that lens onto ourselves. How much of us are we not accepting? How much of us are we wanting to improve? And the irony of all self-help, the irony of this sincere desire to get better, is that anytime I want to be more enlightened, smarter, wealthier, thinner, more muscular, better looking, younger, whatever it is, whenever I'm wanting to improve, the fundamental undercurrent is I'm not enough. Right now isn't enough, and I'm not enough. And so there's this contra energy that's happening. I want to be more loving, right? I want to be, and this is a good thing, right? I want to be more loving in my heart. It's a beautiful intention. But fundamentally underneath that is I'm not loving. I'm not good right now. There's something wrong. And so there's this contra energy. And then we keep having these cycles, repetitive cycles. It's the same thing with our compulsive behaviors. And most of our compulsive behaviors, whether it's eating or judgment or opinion or drugs or alcohol or shopping or sex or whatever it is that has us, and we want to improve. We want to short circuit that cycle. We want to get out of that cycle. And it keeps coming back. And I tried everything and I'm doing everything and it keeps coming back. The only thing that liberates us from that cycle is accepting exactly what's so. Accepting ourselves, accepting that part of ourselves. If anger is our issue, and every time I get angry, then I beat myself up. If alcohol is my issue, and every time I drink, I beat myself up. If eating is my issue, and every time, and I keep, I'm so bad, I did it again. I was with my family in Arizona last week, and here I am, a spiritual practitioner, and I work at this spiritual retreat center, right? I'm supposed to be all enlightened and wise and all this stuff. And I go and meet my brother, and he says one thing to me, and I just go off on him, right? Completely out of my intention to be loving, completely out of my intention to, all the things that I think I'm supposed to be, right? And so in that moment, afterwards, then comes the guilt and the shame and I'm supposed to be a practitioner. I should have known better. I didn't keep my word. I'm out of integrity. And there's the thinking. That's the same thinking that got me into that pattern before. My compulsive behaviors, in other words, any behavior that I'm reacting from when I'm being reactive rather than responsive. Right? Whatever I'm being reactive about is a compulsion. And so somehow, if I'm not enough, I want to be more of something, I want to be better, I want to improve, there's that contra energy that says I'm not enough. And somehow that kind of keeps us in that loop. And so it's so simple, but it takes work. It takes work that, hey, Debbie, aloha. It takes work to just bring our awareness. I had to bring my awareness after my blowout with my brother. And then I was like, oh my God, now he's going to that just confirmed to him that what I'm doing is bullshit because obviously it didn't work, right? You're supposed to be some big, now he wasn't saying any of that. That was all in my head. He's thinking, you're supposed to be all spiritual and look what you did and da 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 da. And then I'm dealing with that guilt, my own judgment, my own guilt, my own shame about not choosing higher, about not being better. And then I want to get out of that guilt. That's where the compulsive behavior comes in. I'll smoke, I'll drink, I'll eat, I'll, do something so I don't feel that. And then the cycle starts again. And then I do the thing that I do, my coping mechanisms that help me not feel what I don't want to feel. And now I'm back doing the same thing. And then I wish I was better. And now I'm doing it again. And there's a cycle. So the way to stop that cycle, Compulsive Behaviors Revealed. The way to stop that cycle is, hold on, Stimpy. I'll get to your question. The way that we stop that cycle is by bringing our awareness. So with my brother, afterwards, then he's gone and I'm left with feeling like shit because I wasn't more, I wasn't better, I wasn't spiritual, I wasn't aware, I wasn't kind, I wasn't compassionate. Can I just be with that? Like I don't have to go delving into it. Like I don't have to pitch a tent there. I don't have to set up camp, right? I don't want to go rushing into it like, oh, I'm so bad. I also don't want to engage in a compulsive behavior that so that I don't feel it. It's just being there, being present. I'm feeling guilty and shameful because I didn't choose higher. And then I can just be with that. It truncates the cycle of compulsive behavior, of trying not to feel that. And it begins to bring acceptance. Can I accept myself just as I am? That's been another big thing with me this last week is I came back from being away and I haven't gotten back into my practices of diet and nutrition and exercise, right? I'm usually really regimented about it. And I haven't been, and now I'm feeling guilty, and then I'm judging myself because I'm getting all fat, right? And then the guilt and the shame, and then the compulsive behavior. So my mantra has been, this moment right now is enough. I noticed that whenever, right before a compulsive behavior kicks in for me, typically there's some iteration of this moment isn't enough. Right now isn't enough. I'm not enough. The moment isn't enough. Something's not enough. That's what kicks out the compulsive behavior and starts that loop again. So right now, right here, right now is enough. I'm enough. You're enough. This moment is enough. There's no other moment. There's no better moment. There's no better you. There's no better me. There's just right here, right now, you and me, the way we are, accepting ourselves fully. Now, we think that I can't accept myself for being, I can't accept myself for being rude to my brother or going off. That's wrong and I shouldn't have done that. Yes. And we think that accepting myself just as I am, right where I am, is somehow consenting to that or saying that it's okay. That's not the case. Accepting myself and it's just accepting what feelings come up, because those compulsive behaviors and the feelings that arise out of them are trying to get our attention. They're doing a job. They're getting our attention and we keep pushing it down. I don't want to feel that way. So let me shop, let me eat, let me drink, let me smoke, let me wallow in self-pity, whatever it is that we're doing, let me go talk to somebody. Let me go take another seminar. Let me go do whatever it is, keeping us from having to deal with those feelings. That initiates a cycle again. That's the compulsive cycle. So if I can just bring my awareness, to what I'm feeling and just observe it, just be with it. Don't push it away. Don't push it down. Don't bring it forth. Don't go into it. So I'm not pushing it away. I'm not going towards it. I'm just, can I just be okay with this moment and with myself, just as I am, with these feelings of guilt and shame? I'm feeling guilt and shame because I didn't choose higher with my brother. And then something begins to unravel. There's like oh, it's okay. I can just be okay with what's up. I can just be okay with myself. And now I'm not kicking into a compulsive behavior to try and not feel that. Our compulsive behaviors are coping mechanisms that help us not to deal with what we're experiencing. So if I can be present to what I'm experiencing, then I begin to truncate these cycles of compulsive behaviors. It's really beautiful. Let's go back to some comments here. So we have Dorota, hello, and Kathy White. Beautiful, working on getting out of the cycle. Okay, Stimpy says, I have a friend in bad, loveless, sexless, emotionless marriage. He keeps threatening suicide and calls me when in distress or crisis. What can I do? I'm scared he really might shoot himself. Okay. Well, all right, first of all, I'm not an expert at this, but usually I kind of ask, like, have you thought about how you're going to do it? You know, have you thought about how you're going to do it and where and when? You know, just ask him. And if he can give you all those answers, yeah, I've thought about how, and I thought about where and when, then you need to call somebody. You need to call a suicide prevention hotline. You need to get in communication with somebody, because he's not just having suicidal ideations. He's now moved into a different stage. If he doesn't know, like, yeah, I haven't really thought about it, I don't know how I'd do it. Like, you know, would you shoot yourself? Would you take drugs? Would you jump off a cliff? What would you do? Right? And we don't want to ask that question. So you can ask that question. And if he can answer those questions, then if he can answer those questions, then he's at a different stage and you need to get outside help. If he can't answer those questions, generally it means that it's a cry for help. And he still wants to get help, right? He still needs to get help, but it's not like you need to be watching him like a suicide watch. And it's beautiful that you have this relationship with him. There's a lot here, Stimpy, that you want to be able to support him or her. But really, they need to be talking to somebody. They really need to be in a group or be talking to somebody, because those issues are, all relationships are sacred mirrors, reflecting and revealing the areas within us that are seeking to be healed, right? So his sexless, loveless, emotionless marriage is reflecting back to him the areas within him that are seeking to be healed. So there's some work to be done. I hope that answers your question. Leslie, thank you so much. Petra, thank you. Oh, okay. I see, Stimpy. Yeah, you need to get him some help. Rick, this moment right now is enough. Yes. Karen, what else we got? We got some more comments. Forgiveness of self. Leslie Gonzalez. Karen, thank you. Just be with it. Stimpy, God bless you. So this is really the talk today, right? Like self-acceptance. It's acceptance of self. I can't accept others. I've heard it so many times, right? You can't love another until you love yourself, right? How many times have we heard that? And it's just like, I don't get that. Like, I'd be great if somebody just loved me. That would be just enough, right? Nobody's going to love me until I can love myself. Suzanne from Qatar, right on. Susanna, thank you. But the truth is that statement, you can't love another until you love yourself, or you can't be loved until you can love yourself, until you accept it for yourself, until I can accept myself, for who I am and see the beauty of myself, I can't give it to another. I have to take care of my own spiritual, mental, and physical well-being before I can give my love to another. And typically what happens in these codependent relationships is that I'm giving my love to another in order to feel loved because I can't love myself. And people feel that. They feel that neediness, that codependency, and you either get into a codependent relationship or you're driving the right people away, right? So this is the real work. It's simple, but it's hard to accept myself just as I am, to accept this moment. This moment is enough. I just started seeing that so much in my life, how much I reach out for something because right now isn't enough. Even when I'm having really great days, like it's a great day, all this good stuff is going, those are the times when I jump into compulsive behavior. It's funny because it's still not enough. It's never enough. When I don't feel like I'm enough at just as I am, and I'm reaching out through compulsive behavior or codependent relationships in order to feel loved, because I can't give it to myself, it'll never be enough, because nobody will ever give you enough acknowledgement, enough love, enough connection, enough of anything, enough money, enough love. You'll never be thin enough. You'll never be good looking enough. You'll never be smart enough. You'll never be enlightened enough, ever, if we're searching for it out there. So we've got to come back, observe our feelings are breadcrumbs home. Our feelings are breadcrumbs home. So let's see. This little light says, I had a powerful ritual, stepping into a higher frequency, woke up the next day cranky, and went down the tubes for the next 2 weeks. This talk, awesome. Thanks, this little light. Hey, Greg, miss you too, brother. I'll see you soon. So that's our talk. Compulsive Behaviors Revealed. It is self-acceptance. The way to truncate those cycles is full, radical acceptance. Just as it is, this moment, the feelings that I'm feeling guilt, okay. I'm feeling shameful, okay. I'm feeling sad, okay. I'm feeling joyful, okay. I'm just feel what you're feeling and be with it without trying to push it away or go into it. Something begins to unravel. We begin to soften up. Insights happen, revelations happen. That's it. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, this is a good one. Susanna says, I'm working on accepting jealousy. I feel with my partner's female friend. I know I need to face them and accept them. Okay. That's a big one. That's a big one because it's like, yeah, but he could be cheating, right? Like, well, why does he need to be friends with her? Because, well, it's reflecting and revealing an area within you, in us, that is seeking to be healed. This sense of not being enough, sense of loss, a sense of all of that. Now, I'm not saying that you need to accept him having inappropriate relationships with other females or that your feelings aren't correct. They might be, they might not be. But the only way to get there, Susanna, is to just be with those feelings. I'm feeling really jealous right now. What else am I feeling? Anchor in, be with those feelings, and something will be revealed. You'll get to a place where there's just a knowing, you know what, that doesn't work for me. Having, relationships with women like that, or it could be like, oh my God, I was so jealous over nothing. This guy's amazing and he'd never cheat on me. Whatever it is, but you won't know what's right for you until you accept what you're feeling, all of it. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just what you're feeling. It's trying to get your attention. And what it's trying to tell you is that the old coping mechanisms that you've used aren't working. That's what it's trying to do, trying to get us to say, and Susanna, this is specific to this situation too, but really to all of it, is that our over-identification with that part of ourselves that's trying to control another or bend another to our will isn't working. And those feelings of jealousy are trying to get you to stop over-identifying with that part of you that wants to control your partner. and his relationships with female friends, because ultimately you can't control anything. You can't keep him from cheating on you. You can't keep him from having friends. You cannot bend another's will to your will that's trying to control. And over identifying with that part is where the jealousy comes from. So by being with your feelings of jealousy, you begin to disassociate from that part that's trying to control others, and then you can see clearly what's true for you, what works, what resonates, what doesn't, what's acceptable. But you're not coming from this place of neediness and jealousy. Now you're like, this is what really, this doesn't work for me, or this is okay, right? And I'm no longer trying to bend his will. It's like, how do I feel? But now your feelings are genuine. They're not coming out of trying to control him and keep something that you could never keep in the first place. Thank you, Lisa and Max from the Poconos. Hello. All right. Well, that's our talk for today. I'm so grateful. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for listening. I can't wait to see you all here at Rythmia. Can't wait to see you in any capacity. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram if you want to message me and have a question. You can message me through Rythmia. If you have a question, I'd love to answer them. Thank you so much. Blessings. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Many blessings, much love, and I'll see you next week. All right. Ciao.